She just comes to life.
Good you came back so fast, baby. 10 minutes without you seems like an eternity.
Inside the Japanese hotel, staffed by female robots. Robot-staffed hotels are popping up in Japan where you're checked in by friendly dinosaurs. The lobby piano player has no soul either, quite literally. Keep watching to find out more. The Henn-na Hotel. Staffed by multilingual robots, yes, robots, travelers are sure to have a memorable stay at the Henn-na Hotel located in Nagasaki, Japan. Robots, one of which is an English-speaking dinosaur robot, serve to check guests in, and porter robots will carry luggage up to the guest rooms. Of course, human staff is also on hand for guests 24/7 should a problem arise, but robots make up the primary staff. And yes, you can talk to them. One of the Japanese definitions of hen means to change, which represents the hotel's commitment for evolution in striving for the extraordinary sensation and comfort that lies beyond the ordinary. Another quirk of this innovative hotel is facial recognition. With keyless locking at entry, guests need not worry about forgetting key cards during their stay. However, if facial recognition technology isn't your thing, you can request a key card if you wish. Travelers should note that there is no restaurant or room service or microwaves at the Henn-na Hotel. However, there is a restaurant within walking distance. The concept of the hotel is to provide the minimum necessary to remove useless amenities. But don't fret, there's free Wi-Fi. Until last year, if you had checked into the Henn-na Hotel in Japan, you'd have had a staff of 243 robots at your disposal. From the nodding velociraptor and humanoid manning the front desk, to the recycling bin droid that roamed the corridors, and the chatty in-room artificial intelligence or AI concierge, the world's first robot hotel even had mechanized fish swimming around a tank in the lobby. World's first robot-staffed hotel. The Henn-na, which loosely translates as strange, opened in Nagasaki in 2015 with a whirlwind of publicity. It was seen as a template for the future. A robot-staffed hotel could offer a fun and original experience for guests, while providing huge savings on staff costs for hotel owners. From an operational costs point of view, it was quite a brilliant thing, says Dr. Nick Nomov, senior lecturer in tourism and hospitality management at the University of Northampton and visiting professor at Meikai University in Tokyo Bay, who specializes in how AI and robots affect service quality in hotels. They started off employing 30 human staff for 140 rooms, which could be 300 guests. And when things went well initially, they brought that down to 7 staff, which is a really good ratio. The fact that this robot hotel originated in Japan, a nation which exports more industrial robots than any other and has long been ahead of the curve in robotics technology and innovation, chimed with the narrative perfectly. Shortly after its opening, Henn-na's owner, Hideo Sawada, cited the country's love of anime and manga robots as inspiration for the hotel. He went on to predict, in 5 to 10 years, this kind of robot hotel will spread all over the world. The company did open another hotel at Urayasu in Tokyo Bay and at one point had another 8 robot hotels in the pipeline. But these plans never materialized, and in January 2019, Henn-na cut more than half its robot workforce. Strange Hotel rings robot staff redundancies. At first, guests had loved the novelty of the robot hotel experience and the color it brought to their social feeds, but before long, things started to go wrong. The robotic dinosaur and humanoid on the front desk could only speak one language each, English and Japanese respectively. Later, Mandarin and Korean were added, but that still left many guests wrestling to be understood, including a Scottish man who documented his experience on YouTube. The robots also struggled with the different passport and identity card formats and photocopying the documentation, so human staff constantly had to step in. Guests grew frustrated with the in-room voice assistant called Churi. It could cope with basic commands such as turning the lights on and off, but appeared primitive when asked more sophisticated queries, such as flight schedules or theme park opening times by guests accustomed to voice AI at a level offered by Google Home, Alexa, and Siri. Churi would also confuse snoring as a voice command and issue a perky response that would wake guests up. The hotel had to raise its staff count to deal with the escalating complaints, plus the robots themselves required an increasing amount of expensive maintenance. As Naumov says, just like any other tech, they needed regular servicing and constant software updates, and those things aren't cheap. According to one hotel guest, following a visit in 2016, about half the puppy-sized lobby dancers appeared to be broken or in need of charging. And after the hotel cut its robot workforce, a longtime staff member was quoted as saying, "It's easier now that we're not being frequently called by guests to help with problems with the robots." The future of robot staff and AI in the hotel industry. It's not a question of whether customer service AI is valuable in a hotel setting, as it clearly is. But according to Dr. Bjorn Schuler, professor of AI at Imperial College London, whose expertise includes affective computing, or the science of AI and emotion, what happened at Henn-na Hotel reminds us to think about which applications AI is suitable for and which it isn't. Tech realism over tech optimism. Where a bot is most useful is not in a place of a social context, but when you want precise information in as short a time as possible, or to save you waiting for something, he says. Some of the most successful robots in hotels do just that. For example, Hilton's Connie, which employs IBM's Watson AI software to provide personalized information about visitor attractions, restaurant recommendations, and direct guests around the hotel. While other big-name hotel chains, such as the Marriott and Yotel, use robot butlers for speedy but rudimentary room service requests, such as fetching a towel, coffee, or sandwich. By using robots for room service and other entry-level tasks, such as cleaning and luggage transportation, which were both done by robots at Henn-na, Naumov points out you improve efficiency, but also free up the human staff to welcome guests, handle complaints, and deal with other crucial customer service needs. The human touch will never disappear, he says, adding that human-centered service may become the new currency of luxury hospitality in the future. This could mean low-cost hotels running largely on service automation, robotics, and AI with a skeleton staff, while expensive hotels retain a large, visible human workforce. The right kind of robot for a robot hotel. There is also the question of trust. We might believe a human concierge is giving us the inside scoop on the best local restaurants or places to withdraw cash with a good rate, even if they're not. But a robot would always put the hotel's agenda first. As Schuler says, in the future, a robot will always give you better information than a human, as they won't forget things and they'll be fully updated with the latest news. But then, it becomes a matter of trust. A human can pretend they're doing you a favor, even risking their job to do so, but we know a robot will always be on the company's side. Unlike robot hotel Henn-na's front desk Humanoid, the Hilton and Marriott droids all look like typical robots, as imagined in 1980s films and TV, as opposed to human-like iterations, which some people find disquieting. In a low-cost hotel, we might not mind an unmanned check-in desk with facial recognition sensors, or to use our mobile phone as a room key, if it saves us time and money. But to have a humanoid overseeing that function adds a layer of alienation to the experience that we might not have noticed otherwise. However, the right kind of robot can become a star attraction. This happened in Belgium at Ghent when Mario from the Marriott became a minor celebrity, visiting local schools, football clubs, and even giving speeches at welcome and farewell events. And with conversational AI set to get smarter and even more charismatic, according to Schuler, over the next few years, hotels may be able to capitalize on this through creation of celebrity AI to attract guests and which could be combined with robotics technology. As Schuler adds, once we have natives of socially and emotionally intelligent AI, this digitally advanced generation of consumers could have a whole different level of perception. Maybe they'd seek out AI with different personality attributes, famous AI for example, to give them kudos. Just as long as the AI can spot the difference between snoring and talking. That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.